Hey folks, this is David Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle. It's been a couple of weeks actually, since I've downloaded the video or uploaded the video. I'll get it right eventually. As you know, I've been doing a video series on what it takes to pull off the various different ranks in the Florida Department of Corrections, or in any Department of Corrections. I can only speak for the Florida Department of Corrections because that's where I work, and I've already gone through correctional officer, sergeant, and lieutenant, so I am up to telling you what is required of a captain. I can't really speak about any other state of Florida or any other state than Florida, but I will tell you that the captain is probably the hardest job in the state of Florida right now. Not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I have the hardest job in the Department of Corrections. I know this because everybody tells me that. People that are below me tell me I'm crazy for taking on the job. They don't want it until something changes. People that are above me are constantly reminding me that while they were once captains, they didn't have the same burdens that I have, so they can't really say that they have done my job. Being a captain, you're responsible for a main unit situation. You're responsible for making sure that your staff is taken care of on a main unit. That being said, you have, as a lieutenant in the Florida DOC, you might have 8 to 10 people, maybe even upwards to 12 under your purview. For me to run shift, bare minimum is 27 people. That's a lot more than what I had as a lieutenant. With that responsibility comes a lot more work. As a captain, it is my job to train my people to do my job. It is my job to make sure that my people can do my job with no problem. They can step in, they can perform the job that I perform. But I'm reminded of something that my dad used to tell me all the time when I was growing up. If I ever become a leader of men, don't ever ask somebody to do something that I am not willing to do myself. I have taken that to heart. I have a saying that I use. My official title is Correctional Officer Captain. If I ever forget how to be the first two words, I don't need the third word. If I ever forget how to be a corrections officer, I don't need to be a captain. I have to know where my people are coming from. I have to know what's going on in their lives. I have to know what's going on in their workstation. Things have changed a lot since I was a correctional officer. I was a correctional officer 25 years ago. Things have changed considerably in that amount of time. As a correctional officer, I come to work. The captain told you where to go. You said, yes, sir, you went. That was the end of it. You didn't, well, I don't want to work here. Can I work there? Me and so-and-so want to switch. Can we switch? Can we do this? Can we do that? We didn't have any of that when I was a CO. You went and you did what you were told. Nowadays, we have people that you put them in a tower, well, I'd rather be on the ground. You put them on the ground, well, I really don't want to deal with that today. Can I work in the tower? You put them on perimeter, it's like you took their favorite toy away from them or something. They can't function. I mean, it's really to the point where you're dealing with people that don't know about following orders, and it's not that they're bad people. I don't want to be misconstrued as that. They don't know. So the job of a captain is very challenging nowadays. It is quite different than when it was when I was first in. They've changed regulations so much that the captain is on the compound doing tasks that when I came in were relegated to sergeants. It's not necessarily good, bad, or indifferent. It's just a change. Um, the captain would come down and he would check on the posts every day. That was his job. That was well within his wheelhouse. That's what his purview was. He'd go down, he'd make sure that everybody was taken care of every day, make sure they had the supplies that they need, make sure that they were taken care of. Nowadays, we have to go down and we have to be on the floor with the inmates every day in every housing unit. And that's something that didn't come from the administration of Florida. That came from a federal level. So I can only assume that it's spread through the rest of the nation as well. It's becoming more and more challenging. And then there's the staffing issues. There's no shortage of people that are willing to pick up the phone and call you and say, "Hey, I'm sick, I'm not coming." And that's just the bottom line. Everybody wants to, well, it's Christmas, I'm spending it with my family, that place will run just fine without me. Or, little Johnny's got the sniffles, I can't come to work because I got to be there to wipe his nose. And, I'm not trying to downplay anybody, it's just what it sounds like on the phone. You have a bunch of people that don't know when they take off. It's not one of these deals where, oh, okay, well, I guess the donuts aren't getting made today. Oh, I guess the chocolate filling isn't getting stirred today. This is not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with lives. We are a law enforcement agency. We really are. As a captain, I am privy to the conversations that I hear people talking about. We need raises. We need raises. We need more money. We need more money. We need more money. Yes, we need more money. I agree with that. We absolutely need more money. We're the lowest paid law enforcement agency in the state of Florida. I agree with that. We need more money. We also need to make sure we're worth the money that we're asking for. And if we're not coming to work, we're not worth the money. Those are things that a captain has to deal with. The captain has to make sure his shift is staffed. He has to make sure that his shift is okay. He has to make sure that everything's running fine. He has to deal with every single emergency situation that comes along. Yes, he has supervisors. The captain has supervisors. Night shift, they're not there. Weekends and holidays, they're not there. You are the ultimate commander of any incident that kicks off. You are the one that has to take care of it. So you have to deal with staffing shortages. You have to deal with people complaining about not having enough of this or enough of that, specifically money. You have to deal with people complaining they don't want to work here, they want to work there. They're going to defy your orders. They're not going to go do what you tell them to do. You have to make sure all the reports are generated and everything is done at the end of your shift. You have to make sure that your time clock is completed and your exceptions are managed and everything is right at the end of shift. You have to go around and make sure that you go through the wings of every dormitory. You have to go make sure that you go through the officer stations of every dormitory. You have to make sure that everything is right. You have to control every single emergency incident that kicks off at your facility. That is your job. You are the commander on shift. When the administration is not there, you are the highest ranking person at the institution. You are the last stop. When somebody calls you and says, "What do you do? What do we do?" You can't say, "Well, let me call the warden." When somebody calls in an emergency situation and says, "Captain, what do we do?" you have to have an answer. And you have to tell them, this is what we're going to do. And folks, it's a hard job, but it's a very well rewarded job. As I am a very, very high paid person in relationship to my peers, I'm really not paid enough to do the job that I do. I still do it because it has to get done. But I need more. I need more. My people need more. But this goes out directly to my people that are screaming for more pay. If you're screaming for more pay, make sure you're worth it when you ask for it. That's all I got for this video. This is David Smith, Correctional Officer Lifestyle. I will see y'all in the next video.